First, we have Ronny Santana, who's a candidate for Congress in an effort to replace Anna Eshoo. Let's give Ronny Santana.
Just heard recently there was a statement that was released that 63% of Americans feel they're overtaxed. And apparently President Obama was very concerned, so he vowed to raise taxes on the other 37% so they felt the same way. When I speak and I go to various places and various functions, it's encouraging to me to see people come out, spend the time, and not be home watching Dancing with the Stars. They care about their country. Not that there's anything wrong with Dancing with the Stars, I do watch it, but I record it. So that just says a lot about you coming here, taking the time to research the candidates and find out what's happening. So I just want to again thank you very much for coming and listening to us and supporting us. Because of time, I need to give you a truncated snapshot of where I stand on the issues. National security, we need to kill the bad guys over there before they come here and kill us. Healthcare, repeal it. If that doesn't work, do not fund it. The economy. Immediately, if not sooner, strip away the labyrinth of regulations that are forcing companies and jobs overseas. And we can't leave the building until we talk about immigration. Illegal immigration is illegal. My solution, build a wall yesterday, number one. Number two, fine all employers and strictly enforce who hire illegal immigrants. Because of my unabashed political stances, I would indeed label myself as the poster boy for conservatism. Something that is a lost trait in politicians these days. Our Judeo-Christian country is being taken over by a radical socialist agenda at lightning speed, by a president who is a self-confessed disciple of America-hating insurrectionist Jeremiah Wright. Equally guilty are the pathetic Republican politicians acting like chameleons in order to pick up moderate votes so they can cling on to their desperate political careers. That is not what our founding patriarchs wanted for our country and our republic. Politics was supposed to be a part-time gig. The original representatives were butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers during the day and tended to our country at night. I am not a career politician. I don't need this political job. In fact, I would be taking almost a 50% pay cut if elected. Politics should be an altruistic labor of love of country. Stop with the desperate career politicians. Enough already. A couple days ago, I received an email from a voter if I had what it takes to beat Anna Eshoo. I responded by saying that the question is not whether I believe I have what it takes, but rather if the American voters have what it takes to stop electing despicable politicians who are hell-bent on wrecking our country and the godly foundations that made it the greatest country the world has ever seen. I don't know about you, but I miss the days when it was okay to cry for a soldier, or the national anthem, or to be patriotic. When it was okay for your heart to break that knowing killing innocent babies is flat wrong and not a choice, as some would desperately try to spin it. I miss my Norman Rockwell America. What happened? What happened is that our country has been hijacked by a small minority of ideologues that do not represent the will of the people or the founding fathers. We don't know who we are anymore. We have intentionally been made to feel guilty for patriotism by a very small minority of people with a large reach and a loud mouth. Attention, Saul Alinsky disciples. There's a new sheriff in town. I have a mandate to right what is wrong because right is still right and always will be. But doing the right thing isn't always popular. My hero who lived 2,000 years ago did the right thing better than anyone and ended up getting spat on and hung on a cross. One of my favorite quotes from Ronald Reagan, my other hero, he said, "If we ever forget that we're one nation under God, then we will be a nation gone under." His words ring true more every day. Man, I miss that guy. Americans typically need to reach critical mass and be brought to their knees before taking action. 200 years of safety and prosperity makes Johnny fat and apathetic. But the good news is, we have two allies on our side, history and truth. This sounds oxymoronic, but history gives us a 20/20 vision into the future, as life is cyclical. At one time, Rome was the power capital of the world. No longer. It's just an old dirty city with beautiful antiquities. I know, I've been there. And the food's better here, by the way. In ancient times, Greece was the financial envy of the world. Now it's just another socialist European country sliding into oblivion, and the socialist pattern continues. The beautiful thing about our other ally, truth, is it always wins. Maybe not today, though, and maybe not tomorrow. As you know, sometimes we need to lose a few battles to win the war. It is the price we must pay. Am I in a boxing match? Hang on, I got 2 more sentences here. Even to the most casual observer, it is now clearly obvious that we are indeed a war for the soul of our fragile country. In closing, this brings me to the question to you, the voters. It does all come down to this. Are you ready to vote accordingly to win the war within our own borders and take our country back before we too slide off the precarious socialist cliff into oblivion? My name is Ronny Santana, and I'm running for Congress. Thank you very much.
Free, only want to be free.